Jim Rohn says you become like the 5 people you surround yourself with. Think about that for a minute. My guess is that your income is pretty close to the 5 people you hang around. Your religion is pretty close to the 5 people you hang around. The way you see the world is pretty close to the 5 people you hang around the most. You have 2 choices. You can either raise the standard of the 5 people you hang around, or you can exchange them for other people that you hang around. But you will become like the 5 people you hang around the most. When I was just sitting here thinking, I thought, 5 years ago, I didn't know Dwayne and Brandon and Tony and Keith Cunningham and Mark, these famous Dave, and these amazing, amazing mentors that I now have in my life that have literally elevated me from where I was to where I am. It's about who your mentors are and what kind of people you choose. Both are just as important. Now you're about to get a whole bunch of skills and tools on the marketing side. I have the world's best marketer. That is true, hands down, as you're about to see, as you can look around and see. That's true. People say, how do you see 150 patients a day at your urgent care? You're about to find out. That's how, okay? We're about to show you the ways to do that. So one of my very best friends in the whole world, one of my best nurturers, supporters, mentors, Tina Bader.
Yeah.
Great ideas don't come from thinking the same old way. And a lot of the times we just want to copy what other people do, and you can't. Thinking the same old way. How many of you advertise in the Yellow Pages? Be honest, raise your hands if you advertise. How many of you have smartphones? How many of your kids have smartphones? How many of the people you know have smartphones? How many of you, when you got to Dallas, picked up a Yellow Pages to find a restaurant? When was the last time you picked up the Yellow Pages to find anything? Why do you still advertise in the Yellow Pages? I'm not saying that it doesn't work. There is a demographic out there. My grandmother just turned 90 years old. My grandmother has never used the internet. My grandmother is part of a very small demographic. So today I'm going to go over 5 things. First off, what is your brand? I think that's important. That's what we've been talking about all day long. If you think this is the very first skill that you're going to get on marketing, you're wrong. Because literally everything that everybody else has talked to you about today all has to do with developing that very first thing. What's your brand? Then I'm going to talk to you about the seasons of urgent care marketing. How many of you do not market something different throughout the year? Good. So that's going to be an easy thing. We can breeze through it and cut through some time. Then I'm going to talk to you about some traditional marketing ideas, why I think some of them work, why I think some of them don't work, and it kind of just depends on the community you're in. Then we're going to get into community marketing ideas. We found at Healthcare Express that's the best use of the money in every single community we've been in. And then I'm going to end with a brand exercise that was super eye-opening to me. Some of you may have done it before, some of you may not. We're actually in the process of rewriting all of our website copy, all of our everything, because of the exercise.
Hi, I'm Dr. Debbie Stanford. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and I came to this clinic, heard about it through actually a Google search, and I came with the intent of someday opening my own urgent care and would like to do it right, and this has satisfied my every expectation in learning how to do it right, and it gives you encouragement to know that it is a process that you start and you can grow your business and be successful and contribute to your community.
This is where the challenges come in. Reimbursement times from insurance. Sometimes it can take up to 6 months, even longer, for you to figure out what your net revenue was. Outstanding AR, time delay in usage. This is huge. If you run an ad for 2 months and you don't see an increase in your volume and you say it didn't work, 2 months is not fair enough time to have given that ad a chance to work. If you think about it, how many times a year do you get sick? How many times a year do you get sick? The average person gets sick once or twice a year, which means that somewhere in that 12-month period, they may use you 2 times. The standard in the industry is 6 to 9 months to figure out if an advertisement works. It's why you can't run an ad just 1 time. It's why you can't be on the radio just for 2 weeks and say it didn't work or it did work. You have to give it a longer period of time. It's not like you run an ad for a car, somebody runs out and buys the car. and that's it, or you buy a t-shirt. We have a long time that you have to measure. I make all of our campaigns.
Hello, I'm Heath Ney, and Urgent Care Success Summit for me was, we are in the process of starting a new business, and they helped me solidify my business ideas and my business plan, and the fact that I do have a good idea. And I
to say that I have not, and Dwayne would back me up 100% on this. One of the things I think he and I have learned from some mentors that we've had is a concept called thinking time. And I haven't had a chance to talk about that. A lot of the questions that we're answering, a lot of the questions that you have, that you bring up, is, you say, gosh, how do I solve this problem? How do I get to the problem that is? We talked about that, right? Is that a symptom or is that the problem? And the way you do that is you schedule thinking time. If you look back at your calendar for the last 12 months, how many times have you scheduled for yourself thinking time? Time where you sit in a room, or wherever the place is, by yourself, no internet, no phone, no nothing but you and a pad of paper and time to think. Most of you, the last time you did that, you fell asleep, right? That's not thinking time, okay? It's critical.
Hello, my name is Rich Maharis. I am a owner and medical director of my own urgent care in New Jersey. I flew out here to see Tim Reynolds in the Success Summit, and it's just empowering and wonderful. I'm just learning everything, every hour, every minute. He talks about having these aha moments, about where some brilliant idea will just click in your head just from hearing something. I've had about 10 of those already. We're only midway through the conference, and I'm just excited to learn the second half. They're long days, but every minute is worth every time I spent away from my family and my practice. I'm just going to bring all these ideas back. I'm excited and energized to go back and implement all these ideas. I think this conference that Tim brought together, and Pam and Wayne and all the speakers are well worth coming and taking the time out to go. So I thank you guys, and I just want to thank Tim for setting this up, and that's pretty much it. Thank you very much.